Heinz Trophy. We head up, and it looks like we are underway here. I didn't see that on that drone shot there, but we are underway. Women's varsity double up next.
Yeah, that's right. They gave us a little bit of a trick there, but the women's varsity double is underway here. The grand final in lane 1, William and Mary. Lane 2, Trent. Lane 3, Drexel. Lane 4, MIT-A. Lane 5, MIT-B. And lane 6, Dominican.
Early goings here. Looks like lane 4 off to a really nice start in this first 250 meters of the race here. You know, Whitney, talk about the early goings of this race now as they settle into their base rate. What does the first 250, 300 meters of a race look like for most crews out there?
Oh, you know, I thought you would never ask. This is a great question because we get to see it on this beautiful drone shot here. So typically we will see a few fractions coming off of those starting blocks, because remember, when you're getting a boat up to speed, it's like getting a freight train moving from a dead stop. So what we do is we take some fraction strokes, perhaps 4, 5, 6, depending on your starting sequence, and then we start to stretch out a little bit more for those higher rates where we go boom, boom, boom. We punch the hips a little bit. We sit up a little bit taller, and we keep the rate up for about 15, 20 strokes or so, again, depending on your plan. And then we will stretch out just a little bit into what we're going to do in the meat of this race. Now, that means the strokes per minute. So about 25 strokes or so into this race, we are going to settle, well, I say settle, but really get situated with whatever rate we're going to go down the middle 1,000 of this course doing. So very impressive clean starts here by all crews, and right now it is looking like lane 4 MIT-A is our current leader, and we will go right over to lane 5 MIT-B, and then we will jump over to Trent in lane 2. And we have quite a race shaping up here, actually, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. So that will be Trent, Dominican, and William and Mary. But right now it is MIT-A that is in the lead.
Yeah, really calm comparative stroke here for this MIT lead boat. They dominated yesterday in their semifinal with a really solid time, and no one was particularly close to them in that race, and it looks like they might have an opportunity to do the same here. Nice overhead shot here. You see the little disturbances in the river as compared to yesterday. We had some really flat water, so some waves here at this Cooper River Lake. Although, given the fact that it's not, you know, a river, you kind of compare this to where the Dadvilles used to be. I imagine over on the Schuylkill with the winds today, there are some pretty significant waves. So, you know, the Cooper handles that a little bit better over here, and I think, you know, even though there's, you know, you can see the ripples moving the boats towards the finish line here, this is still pretty rowable out there at the moment. Yeah,
it sure is. You're right about that. And many of these crews will be used to conditions like this. Like we are looking at MIT-A right here. They row in Boston, so they are very, very used to wind and cold. That is for sure. This is an IRA crew, again, coached by the formidable Amelia Patton and Kendall Chase, Olympian, and both phenomenal coaches. And this crew, actually, the double won the Connect Cup just a few weeks ago. So this is a proven lineup, a proven crew, and they're doing a phenomenal job here commanding the pack by so many boat lengths open water. It's hard to even call at this point. A lot, we'll say. Many boat lengths open water. And then next to them in lane 5, we have MIT-B, but being chased very closely by Trent in lane 2. And then we have another race shaping up behind them, and we are going to go, it looks like, to Drexel and Dominican. So lanes 3 and 6, Dominican on the outside, just off of our screen if you're watching the Jumbotron.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting development here. We've got MIT in the gold and silver positions here, so looking for a gold-silver sweep in this women's double event would be a really big boost for that MIT team. I know these two boats have likely been competing with each other all spring, likely practicing against each other every day. So the gratification of being able to win gold and silver together would be a really nice feeling, I would imagine. So, you know, those two boats looking to win gold and silver here.
Right, and of course, we never say it's over until it's over because we have seen things happen the stroke before the finish line. So, so you never know. There's always drama out on the water here at Cooper River, and we're seeing some pretty exciting things so far. We've had so much action, and right now looking at an MIT A and MIT B, first and second for now, unofficially, of course, but doing quite a good job doing it. So again, being chased by Trent in lane 2, also doing a great job here. And that will be closer to the shore. So lane 1 and 2, that's William and Mary and Trent in lane 2, closest to you if you are standing at the Jumbotron at this wonderful festival of rowing that we have going on all weekend. Crossing our fingers that the wind stays at bay. But quite a race that we have shaping up here.
Oh, and you can see here, this is the further back part of the race. So that's the MIT B boat there out in the lead here, but we know that they are in second place. And like you said, there's Trent there currently sitting in third, followed by Drexel. That's Drexel there in lane 3, obviously with the different oars coming from their boathouse that they share with the Bachelor's Barge Club. 500 meters left to go for these boats here, which means that we probably only have 200 meters left for our lead boat from MIT.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job commanding this race. So it really is theirs to lose. And at this point, I don't know that that will even be an issue for them, because if we know anything about these MIT crews, they certainly know how to finish off a race. They know how to race from behind, and they know how to race from the front of the pack, get ahead and stay ahead, as we say. So what do you actually think about that? There are 2 different strategies here. And of course, it depends on what your strengths are. But a couple different strategies here. There is the get ahead and stay ahead. Some might call the fly and die. We hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And then some a little bit of a slow burn, like what we've seen from Army.
You know, I think there's a middle ground, right, with anything. And I think, you know, you don't want to lose the race early. Like I said, you can't win the race in the first 500, but you can lose it. So you need a good start. It's imperative. There's no doubt about it. But when you settle into that base rate, you want to hit a rate that you would hit for a 2K piece on the rowing machine. You want to be able to go, okay, you know, you've done this so many times over the winter season. You've rowed countless 2K pieces, I'm sure, trying to test in order to get into these positions on these boats. So you know what your body feels like when there's 1,500 meters left to go in a 2K piece. You know what it feels like with 1,000, 750. So you want to be able to match that. And that's why you have to rely on your fitness and your training to know yourself, know your limits, and be able to perform as MIT wins gold here in the women's varsity double.
That's right. I had them at about a 40 as they crossed the line here. We will see their compatriots coming across the line again in just a few moments. They had quite a lead on the rest of the field. So I think you had a great point there about knowing your strengths and knowing where you still have to go, but also starting strong, giving yourself a little bit of a platform and also a place to go.
I don't think you can go out as MIT takes the silver. We see Trent here, the bronze. I don't think you can go out at a 45 and try and maintain that for as long as possible. That's something that you'll see a lot at the lower levels with high schools who try and, with a shorter race, 1,500 meters at the high school level, try and shock opponents early on in order to make them make some mistakes and hopefully hang on, like you said, fly and die, getting up really